Good morning, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. I had to go and come back. I had to go and come back. So now, my people, my name is Alan Palmer, St. Vincent Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. I started this video about a minute or so ago. I leave and I come back, right? I had to restart my phone. But what I was saying before I left is that this morning, everybody have a right to be a hypocrite at one point in time in their life or the other. Today, I am playing the hypocrite card. This is not devil's advocate. Everything that I'm going to say here this morning, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. This has nothing to do with playing devil's advocate. It has nothing to do with reverse psychology. I am saying that Cornelius John, the victim who was shot by the Director of Public Prosecution in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and who was threatened to be shot in the mouth by Senator Ashel Morgan. He don't deserve justice. He must not be given justice. And I will tell you why he don't deserve justice, people. Being a hypocrite is never good for anyone. It is never good for any community. But this morning I have decided to play the hypocrite card. I am going to be a hypocrite, and genuinely so, right? I am going to genuinely be a hypocrite. And I know that it is not good for our country, right? But sometimes you have to put country aside. We have to put justice aside. And we just have to go against the grain. And that is what I intend to do this morning. Monica Spikeman Brooker, pleasant good morning to you. Right? People, if you're going to hang out with me this morning, I know the Caucasians are afraid that I am going to bring more stories to you. Right? But let them be afraid. I like it when they were afraid of me. I have a story to tell you, right? But it may reflect a little bad on me, but I don't really care. I'll tell you to one of these days. Right? I'll tell it one of these days. It makes me feel so good about myself. Now, people, that's what I'm saying, right? Cornelius John do not deserve justice. Let Cornelius John stop harassing the Vincentian public to tell them to stand up for him and with him. Right? And anyone who stands with Cornelius John deserves to be shot in the leg by Karim Nelson also. Because when anyone who stands with Cornelius John, I am telling Mr. Karim Nelson to take his gun and shoot them in the leg also. Mr. John does not deserve the time and the attention of the Vincentian community. He certainly does not deserve the time and the attention of the Vincentian community. So why is he coming and asking Vincentian to support him, to stand with him? People, Mr. John must go home, nurse his wound, and take what he gets. Grind his teeth and bear it. Let me know where you're watching this from. Right? I have my sweetheart Monica Spikeman Brooker here. I have Judy Davis here. Let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're watching the show. And please share this video. Because I tend to make sense in what I'm saying. Right? And I'm not going to change this morning. If you know Cornelius John, tag Mr. John in this video. It is important that Mr. John see this video. Right? It is important that Ashel Morgan know that someone who have criticized her who have called for her arrest is supporting her now. It is important that Mr. Karim Nelson know that someone who have called for his arrest has now changed his tune and is supporting him. So if you know, Ms. Davis, you agree? At least I have one person who agree with me. Mr. John don't deserve justice. Let Mr. John take his gunshot wound, take the kicks in his stomach, go and nurse it and enjoy it. Let him go out there and enjoy what he gets. Let him take what he gets because he deserves everything that he gets. And I'm going to tell you why in a moment. Right? And I am of the opinion that whosoever organized the rape rally for Ralph Gonsalves needs to organize a vigilante rally for Ashel Morgan and Karim Nelson. And all ain't gonna share it now because I ain't talking what you all wanna hear. You're not gonna share this video because I'm not speaking what you want to hear. Right? Well, that's quite okay. But I am saying, who was responsible for organizing the rape rally for Ralph Gonsalves? Judy, you catch where I'm coming from. Who is responsible for organizing the rape rally for Ralph Gonsalves? I am telling you now, to get the wheels in motion and organize a vigilante rally for Ashel Morgan and for Karim Nelson. Dr. Friday, Monica Speckman Brook have shared the video. Thank you, Monica. You are the only one who want people to hear what I have to say. I thank you. I am calling on Dr. Friday. I am calling on Major Leacock to let that issue with Ashel Morgan rest. Let it die a natural death. Because normally, when there are infighting in families, no one is supposed to get involved. And who dead must be buried. This is all that is happening with this situation. There is an infighting in the ULP. One man was shot and threatened. He was kicked in the stomach. And I am saying that Cornelius John deserves everything that he received. Thank you, Monica. I just moisten my lip a little. Someone tell me, yes, Cornelius John deserves everything that he received. And he deserves even more. So I am advising Ashel Morgan to go back to Mr. John's house. Right? The threat that you make to Mr. John, satisfy the requirement of that threat to Mr. John. The threat that you make to Mr. John, go back and do it, and nothing will happen to you because he deserves what he's getting. I see my good friend Perry, Ashley, my schoolmate, and good brother just signing there. Perry, you can say, Pam, I don't agree with you on this one. I know you can say that. But hear me out, people. Hear me out. This is why I say Mr. Cornelius John should take what he gets, go home, nurse his injury, and stop calling on the community in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to support him. Right? Listen, people. When you are faced with a tough situation, you have to make strong, hard, and firm decision. It is not good for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the justice system to have these two people running about without being arrested, tried, and go through the process of the justice system. It is not good. But then again, sometimes karma is another way of justice. I believe in my heart that Ashel Morgan and Karim Nelson is going to get their comeuppance. They're going to get their comeuppance. They are going to get what they deserve. But in the meanwhile, let Cornelius John take what he get. Tell the politician to leave Ashel Morgan. Let she do the business of the house in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You understand? It is important. And it is also important that the person or the persons, the people who organized the rape rally for Ralph Gonsalves, when Michelle Andrews came and accused Ralph Gonsalves of rape and sexual assaulting her, he admit only to the sexual assault, but they throw a rape rally for Michelle Andrews. He's calling me now. Cha. Okay, people, let me make this clear. If I don't know you from Atom, if I never know you in person, like how I know Perry Ashley, if we are not friends in person, don't send and ask me for any money. Don't send and ask me to send anything for you, because I'm not going to do it. Right? That is out of the way. Let me continue now. Nice. There's some people every minute they calling me, they sending texting me. Send me this, send me that, send me that. I know these people from Atom. I never meet these people. So what make them think I am not a generous person, I'm not a nice person? I am a very talkative person, right? But I'm not the kind of person who just take up my money and send it to people like that. So don't call me and ask me and tell me to send anything for you. I give you information, I can the information. That's what I'm here for. To educate you, to inform you. Not to try to play I'm a generous big shot. I'm not like the other people here who trying to impress people and sending money and things to them for absolutely no reason at all because they request it. So stop calling me, stop texting me, and stop asking me for anything. I have family in St. Vincent and the Grenadines too. I have sisters, I have children in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So if I'm going to send anything to anybody, I'm going to send it to those people who are close to me. Right. So people, this is it. Cornelius John is a staunch supporter of Ralph Gonsalves and his ULP party. He's a staunch supporter of Ralph Gonsalves and his ULP political party. Cornelius John was shot by two members who Ralph Gonsalves favor more than him. Ralph Gonsalves come out and he said, in a nutshell, what he says is that Ashel Morgan was right to do what she did because she was defending a woman. So what Ralph Gonsalves is saying here, that Ashel Morgan and Karim Nelson, in his opinion, did what was right, and Cornelius John must take his losses and go home. That's what Gonsalves said. If you notice, he's calling on the community, on the members of the public to support him in his plight. But up to now, Ralph Gonsalves, who have already taken a stand and took a side, He have never said anything about Ralph Gonsalves. He have never said that the Prime Minister is wrong. In his press conference, he have never said anything. That is because he is still supporting Ralph Gonsalves, even though Ralph Gonsalves has already set a dividing line to say that I don't care about that damn idiot. He's still not renouncing Ralph Gonsalves and the unlawful, unethical, and illegal stand that Ralph Gonsalves took in prejudicing the investigation, in prejudicing the investigators. People remember that when Michelle Andrews came out publicly and said that Ralph Gonsalves raped and sexually assaulted her, Cornelius John stood with Ralph Gonsalves against the victim. Cornelius John attended the rape rally on behalf of Ralph Gonsalves while the victim was persecuted and ostracized. Cornelius John Take his pickup and he drove people to Ralph Gonsalves' rape rally. Right? Up until today, Cornelius John is still standing side by side and in support of Ralph Gonsalves. And all of the atrocities that Ralph Gonsalves have inflicted upon the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the poor black citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So he, as a black man, is siding with a man of a Caucasus descendants. He is supporting the atrocities that is being meted out on his fellow citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines by Ralph Gonsalves. But now, he finds himself at the other side of the spectrum, where he is now a victim, and Ralph Gonsalves has turned his back on him. He is calling on the citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to support him, to stand with him, to let our voice be heard on his behalf. No, it don't work so, Mr. John. It don't work so. That is not how things go. That is not how the world function. You understand? The world don't stop and change its opinion and its perspective because you have become a victim of the same things that you have been encouraging upon Vincentian. You have supported Ralph Gonsalves through the thick and through the thin. You have supported Ralph Gonsalves amongst rape allegation, among the confrontation, the unlawful taking away of people's lands. You have supported Ralph Gonsalves. Everything wrong that he did, you stood with him. So why now? Now Ralph Gonsalves have denounced you. Now that he has stood with those people who you are accusing of committing criminal acts against you, why are you expecting the sympathy of the community? You attended the rape rally. You take people to the rape rally. So I am calling on those people who organized the rape rally for Ralph Gonsalves. When Michelle Andrews came publicly and accused him of raping her and sexually assaulting her. And remember, Ralph Gonsalves confessed to sexual assault, which is a serious criminal offense. And yet, Mr. John was instrumental in transporting people to that rally in support of Ralph Gonsalves, who now turned his back on him publicly. And he's calling and begging Vincentian to support. Come out and support Mr. John. Come out and support me. I am hurting. I am 62 years old. I am old. I was kicked in my stomach. I was shot in the leg. And they leave me to die. Mr. John, you deserve everything that you get. No one is supposed to support you because you didn't find the sympathy or the empathy in your heart to stand up with all of those people who at Gonzalez have victimized in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You are not supposed to be given any sympathy. It is a hard thing. It's a difficult thing when you're caught in a situation where a wrong was done. And if that wrong is allowed to go free, it is bad for the justice system. But if you bring those people to justice and you give the victim justice, it is also bad for the justice system. Because how can you expect the justice system to work for you when you were encouraging the justice system to work against everyone else? That is not how it works. The justice system is not there for your whims and your fancies. The justice system is there to ensure equity across the board. So anyone who don't support the justice system should never expect the justice system to work in their favor. If you are a person who supports wrong and uphold wrong and enable wrong, right? And you did not play an integral role to ensure that those persons who deserve justice, and I'm not even talking about a conviction, just so that the justice system can go through its normal process. If you cannot support those people, how can you expect the justice system to now come and turn around and support you who have been encouraging the malfeasance and the miscarriage of justice in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by supporting the atrocities that was meted out against the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Mr. John, tell me, you don't deserve the attention. Morning, how are you doing, Sarge? You do not deserve the attention of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You do not deserve the justice system to work in your favor because you were instrumental in victimizing victims of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You were instrumental in ensuring and lending your support to ensure that the people who were victimized, the victimization went on and on and on and on by your support. Mr. John, you just did not say silence. You did not say silence in the midst of all of this. Cornelius John, you did not say silence. Silence is bad enough, but you were very vocal. People heard your opinions. People heard how you felt about Michelle Andrews. People heard it. People knew that you attended the rape rally. People knew that you transported people to the rape rally in support of Ralph. When Michelle Andrews accused Ralph of rape and sexual assault. Okay, Theresa Moses said he deserves justice, but needs to come out and make it and take. Okay, you say, right, Miss Mosley. Miss Mosley, listen. Justice comes in many forms. Let me tell you something. The Most High still controls this world, right? He has karma. That is a part of justice system. When man decide they're going to cause a miscarriage of justice and deny the citizens of justice, the Most High send karma. Right? So I don't mind if Ashel Morgan and Karim Nelson walk free. Karma is going to deal with them. They are going to get their comeuppance. They are going to get what they deserve sooner or later. But for now, right? As far as I'm concerned, this is justice. This is justice. You understand? Let Mr. John go home and nurse his wound. Forgive who? You got to be kidding. You forgive who? I ain't forgiving Mr. John. As I said here, I am not forgiving Mr. John. I'm a man, don't forgive, you know. Listen to me, people. Forgiveness is for God. He's the only one who can forgive. And for the weak forgive because they don't want to take the action that they need to be taken. So they say, I forgive you, and hope everything will go away. It never goes away. And God is the only man who has the authority to forgive anyone. So forgiveness is for God and for the weak, not for me. If you expect me to forgive you for anything that you do me, don't come and ask me, because I'm not forgiving you. The first opportunity I get, for exact my revenge, I am taking it, and I'm taking it overboard. Right? So don't tell me nothing about forgiveness. Forgiveness is for the weak and for the Most High. He is the only one who can truly give forgiveness. So let Mr. John take what he gets. And people, let us organize a vigilante rally so that Ashel Morgan can go back to the business of the state, to Mr. Nelson can go back to prosecuting criminals. Watch a time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Oh my goodness. Watch a time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Where no matter where you stand, no matter what action you take is a wrong action. Watch a time. Because here we have a fella who have been upholding the evil of the Ralph Gonsalves administration in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Here we have a fella who have supported a rapist after the victim came out and says that this man raped me and sexually assaulted me. The culprit came out and confessed to sexual assault. And we know that criminals always confess to the least of the crimes. And Mr. John went to a rape rally in support of Ralph Gonsalves while the victim was ridiculed and persecuted upon the streets of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Forgive that? What kind of man you think I am? How can I forgive something like that? All I am saying, Mr. John, Alan Palm is speaking. Stop coming on social media. Stop going and harass Kenton Chance, Ashford Peters, Crook, and all of these things to beg for sympathy from the community. Because when you had the opportunity to exhort some empathy to people who are unfairly suffering, you didn't see it fit to empathize with them or to sympathize with them. So why should anyone worry with you? I think the Vincentian community has given you too much of their time already. I think the Vincentian community have given you too much of their time already. So keep your ass away from the press. Keep your backside away from social media. Stop harassing the Vincentian community to support you. Take what you get, grind your teeth, and bear it. That's all I have to say about for you, right? Take what you get, grind your teeth, and bear it. And if you can't grind your teeth and bear it, suck salt. Because you do not deserve anyone's attention. You do not deserve anyone's attention, and Monica Spikeman Brooker is supporting that. So I have 2 votes of confidence here. I have one from Monica Spikeman Brooker and one from Judy Davis. 2 people who will support me. People, remember, justice must always be done. Justice does not always come through the means of the justice system. Right? Cornelius John is experiencing a new kind of justice. He is experiencing a new kind of justice for all the wickedness that he encouraged under Ralph Gonsalves administration. He is experiencing a new type of justice for going to the rape rally and supporting Ralph Gonsalves when Michelle Andrews accused him of rape and sexual assault. It's sexual assault which he confessed to on national radio and TV. For transporting people and for ridiculing Michelle Andrews, for accusing the comrade of something that the comrade said that he did. How dare Michelle Andrews accuse Ralph Gonsalves of doing something that Ralph Gonsalves confessed that he did. That is Mr. John. So how dare you accusing Ashel Morgan and Karim Nelson for doing something that they did? If Michelle Andrews is not eligible to accuse Ralph Gonsalves of a crime he confessed to, you are not eligible for accusing Karim Nelson and Ashel Morgan for a crime they did not confess to. You are not eligible to accuse them for a crime they did not confess to, because Ralph Gonsalves confessed to sexual assault. And how dare Michelle Andrews accuse him? How dare? We will show her. We will have a rape rally. We will support the rape rally, and I will ensure people are transported free of cost to the rape rally to support the man who confessed that he sexually assault the woman who accused him of sexually assaulting her. Cornelius John, I don't know what happened to Kay Bacchus. Something is wrong with Kay Bacchus' head. Kay Bacchus Brown, whatever she going by now. Huh? I am of the opinion that these people are truly slaves, you know. And they have to support those people that Ralph Gonsalves. If you notice, every time Ralph Gonsalves people get in trouble, he send them to Kay Bacchus. We might say, he send Mr. John. Of course he send Mr. John. People, if you think I am wrong, let me know. I have 2 people who support me. One who's Miss Molesley is standing in the middle, says she think we should forgive him. Monica Spikeman Brooker and Judy Davis support me. So people are taking a vote now. Voting will close in a minute. In 1 minute. Do you think that Ashel Morgan and Karim Nelson, based on Mr. John's track record, based on Mr. John's history, based on Mr. John's undying support of Ralph Gonsalves, based on the fact that Mr. John supported everything that Ralph Gonsalves have done up to today, based on the fact that Mr. John saw it fit to transport people to Ralph Gonsalves' rape rally when Michelle Andrews accused him of a crime that he confessed to. Do you think Mr. John deserved the attention of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Do you think that this is the appropriate justice for Mr. John? I am of the opinion that Karim Nelson, Monica Spikeman, 100% support. And she not only supported 100%, she re-emphasized it by saying 100% support. Monica, you are a woman after my own heart. And I know you are a God-fearing woman. But people like us know that justice comes in many ways. Ashel Morgan is going to get what coming to her. Karim Nelson is going to get what coming to her. But right now, in the meanwhile, let them relax. Let Mr. John grind his teeth and bear it. Let Mr. John suck salt. Like Bigger Big suck salt. Like Michelle Andrews had to grind her teeth and bear it. Like Miranda Woods had to grind her teeth and bear it. Like Luzette King, who was abused just a few months ago, had to grind her teeth and bear it. When they deport Luzette King as citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, when they deport Luzette King, have you ever deported a citizen from their country? Luzette had to grind her teeth and bear it. You never hear Mr. John come out and say, oh, this is wrong. No, he supported Ralph Gonsalves. Even though Ralph Gonsalves came out and says, in a nutshell, what he says, Mr. John deserves what he gets. He prejudiced the investigation. He prejudiced the investigator. Mr. John don't care about that. He don't care about that. He's still supporting Ralph. He's a slave. Right? And people, that is another thing that's happening in California here. And in America generally. You see, all of those people who are shut down in the streets, all of them are slaves. All of them have white owners. If I tell you, believe me. Right? It is only when they're white owners. It is only when they're white owners decide that justice must be done. The officers and the other culprits are prosecuted and convicted. But otherwise, they are slaves, and it's when the master says they must be prosecuted, they are prosecuted and convicted. But otherwise, there's no justice for them. No justice for them. People have been talking about this for quite a while. A lot of you don't like to hear it when I talk. Judy Davis is calling on karma. Karma in the backside, Judy. Karma in Mr. John's backside. Please, people, if you know Mr. John, if he's on Facebook, tag him in this video. If he's not on Facebook and you know him, please show Mr. John this video. Let Mr. John see this video. And guess what? It wouldn't faze him. Because he don't care a damn about justice. He only vexed because he is at the receiving end of the injustice that he have been encouraging for quite a while. People, that is just the matter here. There's no other thing. That is the case here. There's no other case. He only vexed because he realized he thought he was important to Ralph Gonsalves. He thought he was a part of the inside club. He thought that the comrade valued him. And he vexed because he realized that the comrade have no value for him. He is just another doormat. Or in other words, toilet paper that the comrade would use, wipe his pink ass and throw it in the toilet. Flush it down the toilet. That's all Mr. John is. So that's why he's coming to you now. He have never supported justice for anyone in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Once Ralph Gonsalves said kill, he said who? When Ralph Gonsalves said who? He said when? When Ralph Gonsalves said when, he say okay. And when the death is done, he say, let them fight up for bury them. Look at this. For more than 20 years, Cornelius John was running up behind Ralph Gonsalves, giving him his 100% support. Now Ralph Gonsalves turned his back and then he come to the people. That is not how life works. That is not how life works. People. People. I don't know what Mr. John think it is. He think that we are here and we are disposable. And he can just come, use us when he gets his justice, he run back to kissing Ralph pink ass. You understand? But that's not how life goes. That is not how life goes. You understand? Because the next person who Ralph Gonsalves say kill, he's going to say bury them. As soon as he gets out of this pickle, the next person Ralph Gonsalves say kill, Cornelius John is going to say bury. Right now he's only using the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines because he know he is in a sympathetic position. But people have to come like me. Don't give sympathy for no one who don't have sympathy for no one else. Let me tell you in my book, sympathy is a privilege that I made out to certain people. Not any and anybody get my sympathy. Empathy is a privilege that I made out to certain people. I don't empathize with any and everybody because they don't worth my time. They don't worth my time, and if they don't worth my time, they don't need me to. I don't need to consider their situation to empathize and sympathize with them. So people, please, if you know Cornelius John, let Cornelius John see this video. Let Ashel Morgan know that I am being a hypocrite. I am playing the hypocrite card this morning and I'm supporting her and I'm supporting Karim Nelson. This is not no devil's advocate thing. I am serious with everything that I'm saying here. The justice system have failed many Vincentians. And when the justice system have been failing the Vincentians and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Cornelius John was jumping up. Hey, hey, hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray, justice system, hip hip hooray, take it away. So now that his is being taken away, let him grind his teeth and bear it. Let Mr. John grind his teeth and bear it. Alright, while I'm here, I see GP McIntosh come on there. GP McIntosh, you all are farting around in this place. Right? Well, we clock all a while. All you have still McIntosh still alive. I have never seen, I've heard about Sil McIntosh since I'm a kid. I have never seen Sil McIntosh perform. And all you are not recording any videos and put it on social media so people who have never seen him perform see him perform. I've been hearing my mother and my father speak about Sil McIntosh since I'm a kid. I have never seen this man perform. I know he's old now, but put something on the line so people could see him. Come on, man. And GP McIntosh, I always see you with the trumpet. I never see you perform. Do something, let the people see us. Let the people see you. Sil McIntosh is a living legend. But he spent most of his years performing overseas. When he was younger, he performed in St. Vincent. Let me tell you something. 90% of the Vincent population have never seen Sil McIntosh perform. And all in everything have recorded a thing for this man and put it on social media. In this day and age, where every cell phone has an HD camera. Come on, JP. Now let's go back to so people, I'm going to be running up here. The thing is right? As I said earlier, today I'm going to be a hypocrite. Everybody has the right to be a hypocrite if they want to. A man like me who have practiced honesty and integrity all of his life, I am permitted to pull the hypocrite card at least once in my life. Today I'm pulling it. I am saying, Cornelius John, pelt your ass, take your injuries, take your gunshot wound, take the kicks in your stomach, and take the threat, go home, nurse it, and stop harassing Vincent John to support you. Because when Michelle Andrews accused Ralph Gonsalves of raping and sexually assaulting her, you were one of the men who supported the rape rally. You were one of the men who ensured that Ralph Gonsalves used the same justice system to deprive Michelle Andrews of justice. Even after Ralph Gonsalves would have confessed to the crime, you took your vehicle, you loaded it up with people, and you took them to the rape rally. You criticized Michelle Andrews for accusing Ralph of a crime that he confessed to. How dare you come and accuse Ashel Morgan? How dare you come and accuse Karim Nelson of a crime they did not confess to? There's a far difference. Ralph confessed to the crime against Michelle Andrews. Ashel Morgan and Karim Nelson kept dignified silence. They don't deserve what you're putting them through. Ralph didn't deserve, from your perspective, Ralph Gonsalves didn't deserve what Michelle Andrews put him through. He didn't deserve what Miranda Woods put him through. He didn't deserve what Margaret Parsons put him through. All of these are serious offenses. I'd rather you shoot my sister than to rape her, because if you rape her, I'm going to kill you. Anyone, if you rape anyone who is close to me and I know, I am killing that person. Rapists are not supposed to get away scot-free. Never. But you, Mr. John, you went to Ralph Gonsalves rape rally. You criticized Michelle Andrews for reporting and trying to get justice for a crime that Ralph Gonsalves confessed to. Now you're calling on the people to support you. Anybody, Karim Nelson, Ashel Morgan, listen to me carefully. Anybody who supports Cornelius John, find them and shoot them too. And when you go back, the same threat you give to Cornelius, give it to him. He deserves it. He deserves it. People, my name is Alan Palmer, St. Vincent the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. Share this video if you feel like. Right? Share this video if I know most of you don't agree with my sentiments. I have Judy Davis and I have Spikeman Brooker who agree with me. Everyone is his silence. Miss Molesy say that we should forgive Mr. John, but Mr. John refused. Mr. John refused to condemn Ralph Gonsalves, who have already taken the side of Karim Nelson and Ashel Morgan. He refused to condemn him because tomorrow, if Ashel Morgan is arrested and Karim Nelson is arrested and charged, tomorrow when Ralph Gonsalves says, let's get rid of that man, Mr. John is going to say, President, please, you want me to do it? Most High, thank you for your knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. I thank you for giving me the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom to bring this thing to you. People, tomorrow, we're going to deal with the scriptures. Same time, tomorrow we're going to deal with the scriptures. Tomorrow we're going to speak about who are the prophets of Lucifer. Who are the prophets of Lucifer? Scriptures tomorrow. If you want to know who the prophet of Lucifer is, tune in tomorrow. We'll deal with that then. I am going. Thanks to Michelle Andrews, who sung the alarm. She brought it to all attention that Ralph is a raper man. A habitual rapist with a stellar history. Instead of swift prosecution, we gave him a rape rally. We call him shit stain. We calling the PM out of his name. Shit stain. Whatever he touched must be what should rain.